One man believes that Manchester United will turn things around this season because, of course, as is tradition, ahead of the start of the new season, we've been asking everybody for their Premier League picks. And you take a look at Gab, we'll talk about his number 1 pick as well in a moment, but take a look at number 6, Manchester United, Gab. What is it you think that's going to change so dramatically this season?
I was kind of going through the process of elimination here, in the fact that I really don't like any of Tottenham's signings.
Right.
Villa, of course, have done very, very little. I mean, somebody's got to finish 6th. They can't possibly be as awful as they were last year. Bournemouth, could they surprise us? Well, no, because they sold their entire defense, right? So I put these things together. Could Brighton pull it out of the hat again? Possibly. And I'm sitting thinking Brighton or United, and I said, yeah, look, have United been this bad for consecutive years ever? No, or not that I can remember, but maybe they have many years ago. So why not Ruben Amorim to turn it around and sneak into 6th place?
Let's talk about first then, shall we? Manchester City, Gab, what's your case?
My case for Manchester City is this. They finished the season strong. I actually like the Reinders signing and the Ryan Cherky signings. I think, again, process of elimination. I don't think that since United, nobody has repeated as champions. Except for Manchester City, obviously, who won 1 million in a row. So that would be my argument against Liverpool. There's a deep, deep turnover of players at Liverpool with a coach who's in his 2nd season. And again, as we often see, having won the league, inevitably your focus shifts a little bit to the Champions League the following year. Arsenal, I think Arsenal will be better, but I'm not on board with the Gyökeres signing. I would have used the money in a different way. And again, Arsenal, another team where that is quite a bit of upheaval. If you believe in that spine argument through the middle, they'll be better with Zubimendi. They'll presumably be better with Gyökeres or Havertz, whoever he chooses up front. But City are a really, really good team, and they were really good in the second half of last season. So I expect Pep to regain his mojo.
They did lose the FA Cup final, Gab.
Who did?
Manchester City.
What, Manchester City against Palace? Yeah, but so what? It's the FA Cup. Who cares? I mean, we're talking
all right.
over the course of a season.
Right, I see.
They lost the FA Cup final.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, I'm just saying, you've said they finished the season amazingly. Well, they did lose their final game against Palace.
But if you look, we're talking about the Premier League, not cup competitions. If we look in the Premier League, if you look at who got the most points, admittedly, once Liverpool took their foot off the gas in sort of the final months of the season, it was City who were coming on.
Wasn't it Chelsea as well, though, Gab? Weren't Chelsea up there as well when it comes to the final couple of months?
I believe City were ahead of them, but sure, yes, Chelsea as well. I just think Chelsea have to come from further behind because top to bottom, I think Manchester City, I hope Chelsea fans don't hate me for saying this, I think Manchester City have better players than Chelsea, and they probably have, at this time, a better manager, even though they're both bald.
Don't worry about it, Gab. He's just annoyed with you because of Darwin Núñez.
Clearly.
Now, just one last question on your predictions. The team that's going to finish 3rd is going to have the best player in the league.
Yeah, why not?
Because I think that rarely happens.
Doesn't it?
Tell me when it's last happened.
Well, when Steve Nicol was Player of the Year, Liverpool finished 3rd.
No way. Liverpool.
That's my reference point. No, look, I think it's going to be a really close-fought league. I think Bukayo Saka, if he stays fit, with time off last year with the pieces they put around him, he can be devastating. What, you want me to pick a City player? You want me to pick Florian Wirtz? I think, again, it's difficult to repeat. Right. So I went for 2 guys in Haaland and Saka. Sure, it could be Mo Salah again. Look at my crystal ball. Dude, it's August 4th. And you're asking me to make these predictions.
You've gone from 0 to 60 very quickly here.
Very angry. Very angry.
You're poking the bear, man.
And very red as well.
Very red.
Meanwhile, Stewart Robson maybe a little more traditional in his picks. Let's take a look how he thinks the top
Definitely
6
not as red.
in the Premier League. He's got Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Newcastle and Spurs. Erling Haaland to be his top scorer, Declan Rice to be player of the year. Let's start off with Liverpool. What about what Gab's saying about the turnaround in the squad, Stevie, Robbo, that could prove to be a problem?
Yeah, I don't think it will be a problem. I think they've got the basis of the side. It's a turnaround in some of the front areas. I think they're still going to be a very good team from what I've seen so far in pre-season. They're playing some dynamic football. We talked about how they could be exposed on the counter-attack, but I think they're the team that will go into the season with full of confidence. They're a team that look fit and hungry, and I think they will continue to play very, very well and win the title.
Yet you've got Declan Rice as your player of the year. Did you do that last year as well?
So I should have had a Liverpool player. But I'm going to say that I pick a player who will be the most effective for his team. And I would say the most important player.
What's going on? No, that's not how it works, Robbo. It's who will be player of the year.
In my world, it does. In my world, it works like that.
Oh, yeah, that's how it all kind of comes together. Where have you got Manchester United then?
About halfway up the league. I just don't see them improving. I don't care what Ruben Amorim says about, his system and he's going to get it right and he just needs the players to fit into the system. I'm seeing the players he's bringing in. I'm seeing what he did last year. It wasn't so much the system, it was the philosophy of how they tried to play out from the back, and they didn't do it very well, and how they tried to get it into midfield areas. I couldn't see what he was trying to do last season, and I can't see that's going to improve this season. He had a long, long time to improve it last season, and I don't think they're going to get much better this season.
Gab says Spurs have bought a load of rubbish, yet you've got them finishing 6th, Robbo.
Yeah, but they've got a good manager, and I think they've got some decent signings. I think they have got enough in the attacking areas. I think they will be better defensively. I think he will get a better spirit amongst the players. And I think Spurs, not a great side, but they'll creep into that top 6 position because by powers of elimination, I'm not sure about some of the other teams that we've been talking about, like Brighton. They won't. They can't be consistent enough to stay in that top 6. I think the same with Bournemouth and others. Aston Villa, I don't think will be quite as good this year as they were the last couple of years. So that's why I've got Spurs in there.
Good stuff. You'll have to wait for Ali and Stevie's predictions. How exciting.